So I always have to start my talks with a caveat of there's no height requirement to work in the NBA. So I definitely apologize for those who are in the back, and I have this nice little podium in front of me, so apologies for that. Yes, welcome to the Sports and Culture Summit. Welcome to the Henry Ford Detroit Pistons Performance Center. In 2019, we officially moved into this building. So it's been about 5 years. Unfortunately, we shut down a few months after we opened it, but we are back in action. We have built this building really as a community asset for events like today. In the past year, we hosted 534 events in this building. I think a lot of people have said to me, we didn't even realize we could come here, we could host here, so hopefully you're getting sort of a taste of that. Our events team is incredible, so let us know if you'd like to host an event here. When we moved to the city of Detroit, though, you know, I've been with the Pistons for, this will be my 23rd season. So I spent a lot of time in Auburn Hills. But the move to Detroit, I will tell you, gave me really a sense of renewed inspiration and a little bit of a sense of responsibility to make sure that we looked at our brand a little bit differently as new Detroit neighbors. And so that came to life and has come to life in several different ways over the last, I guess, 7 years at this point that we've been at LCA and 5 in this building. So I want to talk a little bit about that. You know, the evolution of the digital and social space over the past 10 to 12 years has really sort of skyrocketed the modern NBA. And if you think about it, our players at this point have grown up their entire life, a whole generation of players in the social and digital space. So for marketers like myself, who again started over 2 decades ago without social media, I literally remember the first night in 2011 when we hosted a Facebook night. It was like this huge, big thing. So it's just a different approach that we have to take to our brand. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. You know, as marketers, revenue-driven marketers for my revenue friends in the building, we'd be leaving so much on the table if we only thought about sports branding for basketball purists. Right now, the game is so accessible, widely consumed by a myriad of fans, that the intersection between sport and culture is what allows us to really expand the Pistons ecosystem, and that's how we view it. So actually, I have just a really quick slide. I just wanted to show, we start all of our brand campaign development with this slide for our internal team, and it's our brand approach. And the intersection between court, community, and culture, who doesn't love a good alliteration in the marketing world, is really our sweet spot. That's I'd say our high watermark for our brand. To be completely corny, because a piston is a part of an engine, we have to be firing on all 3 of these cylinders in order for us to feel like we're actually going to make an impact with our brand. So I wanted to just share that, but I know today's talk is a little bit more focused on culture, so just spending a few more minutes diving into kind of what we mean from the Pistons standpoint on culture. So here's the interesting challenge for us. When X car company markets to a consumer to buy a car, someone has a need for transportation. I don't think Mike Dene is in the room yet. Need for speed. If it's Mike Dene, he's on our team. When you go to the grocery store, you buy your vegetables and fruits. For some reason, my kids think they need to eat. My husband may disagree, but every time an Amazon box arrives on the porch, I have a purpose and a need for everything that comes out of that box. But when you talk about sports consumption and the decisions that people make to spend their share of wallet to come to an entertainment experience, we have to tap into a different type of motivation because we're definitely not filling a tangible need. So it's something that I think about often, and for me, that's where you insert the value of culture in sports marketing. It's the introduction of moments that inspire someone to engage with our brand that is agnostic of wins or losses on the court. I think that's a key part of that piece for us. You know, this could be music, this could be fashion, this could be philanthropic giving, this could be an alignment of your values with our values for something that we're doing. I think culture can be presented in so many different ways, and I'd say as marketers, that's probably the challenge on how to actually understand how to bring that to life and confidently and authentically lean in. To me, that's definitely a challenge. I wanted to show maybe one other slide. Hopefully you can see this. So to me, culture is a symbolic communication. It helps create sort of relevant, like I said, authentic connections with specific audiences. So this image is a collection of what I like to describe as an example of our texture of our brand. I know it's a very interesting way to say it, but it's probably the best way that I feel like I can express that. It's an example of different cultural symbols that hopefully connect with a diverse range of Pistons fans. So I just love this shot because it's all of the things that we've done in the last year, all of these cultural moments and lean-ins that we've had as a brand. The gentleman on the top right with the fur coat, like, I can't wear that. But in Detroit, everybody's a celebrity. You know, he had won one of our fan contests, and that's how he showed up to the game to collect his prize. So, like, that cultural moment for me was pretty incredible. So our ultimate goal is to elicit a level of joy, level of excitement, interest. Again, that's not dependent on the W or the L on the court. And so to close out, you know, I want you guys to get on with your very exciting day. Lots of incredible panels and speakers today. I just wanted to share a recent example that brings to life where court, community, and culture for the Pistons brand has intersected, and that's with our shout out to our production team, our Emmy Award-winning commercial spot from last season, Always Detroit Basketball. So I'll close out with this video.
Take a look around. Did you really expect it to be different? A city built on big ideas and big dreams. Where bad boys became legends. And going to work means more than just clocking in. Where champions inspired the next generation. Where the soul of the city sounds so different.
Call it hustle.
Or whatever the Detroit you want to call it.
Man, we do what we do. Every day, every drive, every shot. We're always working. Always Pistons. Always Detroit basketball.
Thank you. Have a great day.